Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and this is a weekly show where brands watch other brands' ads and then talk about them. It's that simple. We are brought to you as ever by Contagious, our partners who helped choose the ad today. So thanks so much to those guys. So before we see this week's ad, let's meet this week's guests.
Hi there, I'm Kristof. I used to be the CMO for Walgreens Boots Alliance for their global brands division. So that's brands like Number 7, Soap and Glory, Lizelle, and then consumer healthcare brands. But actually, I'm currently on a break and I'm starting my new role as the global CMO for Avon early 2022.
Great. And my name's Scott Morrison. I'm a former CMO and commercial director for brands like Diesel and Levi's and Activision. I set up my own business 7 years ago called The Boom, and I now work with global brands and leaders to help create commercial, cultural, and creative impact in their businesses and teams.
All right, guys, let's see this week's ads.
Owning a restaurant over the past year and a half has been incredibly brutal.
We literally thought it was over with.
A lot of things change by the minute.
Just plan on your plan not working.
For local restaurants, it's not been easy at all for the past year and a half.
Friends of mine that own restaurants were struggling because they were having to reinvent themselves overnight.
Suddenly we couldn't have people in the restaurant.
And so with takeout comes the apps.
We offer delivery through third-party delivery apps. Unfortunately, you kind of need to use them. The fees are just too much.
They take a huge chunk of our bottom line. They actually take our bottom line like 5 times over, and all of that comes out of our pocket and goes to them.
Then they charge some exorbitant rate to our customer.
They were just taking advantage of us and of the customers.
So the best way that customers can support local restaurants now is go back to those restaurants directly. Don't use delivery apps.
To encourage our customers to do that, Domino's franchisees purchased over $100,000 in gift cards from local restaurants. And we've been delivering those free to our customers.
We love that Domino's has supported other restaurants and driven their customers to these mom and pops that can really use the help.
They can come in and order here at the counter. They can place an order over the phone, online.
Just call one of me or my family members up and tell us what you want to eat, and we'll make sure you get it.
Our customers were able to go visit these restaurants again, and no one got hit by delivery app fees.
I can't believe one restaurant is buying another restaurant's gift certificates to give out, but it sure is wonderful.
Our customers are going to love these. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much.
We're very grateful for it. We get through this together, and we appreciate your support.
Being locally owned and operated myself, I love the idea that we were able to help other local restaurants in the area.
It just feels really good to do that for people that I know are going to help impact our community in a positive way.
Right, Scott, Domino's advertising competing restaurants. What is going on?
Well, you wouldn't expect anything less from me than, I just think this is the patronizing, schmaltzy and lazy. It's just a lazy brief on a page, bit of communications. It's like a book that should have been a blog post, frankly. Obvious insight for me, lazy solution. And the reason is it doesn't pass the so what test for me. And nor does it go far enough on the real issue, because the delivery market actually globally is 150 billion. It's grown 8 times or whatever over the last, since 2018. And actually the people who are driving that are the young people. And I hate saying Gen Z and millennials, but they are young people, right? And frankly, do they really care? They want convenience. They want speed. They don't care about all this stuff that's going on in the background. And therefore, this, for me, is a party political broadcast on behalf of Domino's. It's basically saying, oh, look, the high delivery fees are crippling business and you should go back to, it's like everyone looks at that, all the Gen Zs, and just go, I don't care. For me, lazy.
The thing is, are they trying to communicate, look, we as Domino's, we're not on those apps. So if you want to order Domino's, go to our own app. So I can understand that one business objective of a brief could be convince people to come directly to our app. Second business objective could be, just create some reputational damage to and troll Uber Eats and Deliveroo because we really don't like them. Or it could be a genuine, purpose-driven make you feel good about Domino's because they're such a nice company kind of thing. But here I feel they just all hashed it together, and then that's what you get in the execution, where it starts off nice and it's a great initiative in terms of helping support your local mates and competition. But then I think it goes horribly wrong when they then try to shoehorn this message about these delivery apps, which I'm sure is a reality for these businesses. It just doesn't feel authentic and genuine.
For me, it feels like it's such a big message, and it's kind of like very bitter. And the sort of sweet bit of the bittersweet bit is a kind of here's a little giveaway. Here's a few, sprinkling of cash that we've given from our $50 billion a year, profit, just to help people. And then we've made a 2.5-minute film about it. Yeah. I was just like, what?
If this is really about genuinely helping small businesses, then do it, and do it in a genuine way, and make that a big, part of your CSR policy, whatever have you, and have something about supporting local neighborhoods. But, do that then, and don't try to shoehorn other stuff in.
Does it really matter? There's that sort of memory or that, brand equity that they've earned from this, that it makes them make pizza feel more appealing, and then Domino's more appealing than the others. So hasn't it done the job? This isn't a full 360 campaign that's going to run for 5 years. It's not a platform. It's just an execution. And isn't it just cute and nice enough to make people think a bit more favorably about Domino's, even if it doesn't deliver on all the things that you mentioned before?
If they're going to take this economic argument and say, look, fees are really high and everything else, right? What they could have done is they could have run some classes online. I'm just making this up, by the way, but they could have run some classes online for all mom and pop stores across the world, because they could have done it, saying, right, here are 3 courses we've got. 1 on the economics of delivery, how to make the most of it. 2, how to run your business more efficiently to make sure that you pricing strategies and things that we've learned from Domino's franchisees that will help you really boost your business. And they could have probably spent $100,000 and done that really well and had a global reach. They could have taught lots of people generation after generation. And the feel-good factor of that, and just call it the Domino Academy, for example, the feel-good factor of that lasts a lot longer because you're adding generational benefit.
Here it feels they're trying to do a few things that are not necessarily entirely purpose-driven, and it feels a bit more tactical and self-serving, frankly, than it's truly helping those local businesses. Because for perspective, they put, if this was 100K, they put $50 million into free food when you were ordering directly on their Domino's app in August, and that was also branded. This is an action against some of these big delivery companies. So
What can the industry learn from this?
Be clear on what you're trying to do. I was really struggling trying to articulate, is this a piece of feel-good advertising and more upper funnel kind of brand equity building kind of stuff? Or is this something that they were trying to convince people to move to their own app or whatever? So it was just all a bit confusing. So be single-minded, I think, about what you're trying to do. And then the second point for me is don't try to, save the world and try to, do something really purposeful and trying to mix in some other business objectives because, that's in the back of your mind. And I think that's what they try to do here, which then runs the risk of being perceived as not authentic.
2 things delivery could have done here, right? They could have said, actually, what the thing we are is a massive distribution opportunity. Like we can distribute whatever we want, whenever we want at very low cost because we're already driving around everywhere. So was there something that they could have done that could have helped society a little bit more? Could they have distributed food parcels to people? Could they have distributed, COVID tests to people that couldn't reach them? Whatever, think about what your assets are. The second thing is the biggest asset they've got is knowledge, right? Knowledge to help share with other people in a really kind of powerful and beneficial way, which could have helped these businesses do something very different economically, how they run their restaurants. There's a goodwill thing there. But again, that's free. The knowledge is sitting in the business. And for $100,000, they could have probably put together something really, really powerful.
So we're at the end of the episode now, and I'm going to ask you to give this execution a vote out of 5. So 1, 2, 3, a 2 and a 2. Kristof, Scott, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you all next week.